Kit, is that second half performance what's called grinding out a result?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. It was overall, it's probably as poorly as we've played since I've taken over. But then the attitude and the work rate and the being willing to put their bodies on the line was brilliant. You know, so there's different ways of winning games. You obviously saw the Bolton result and performance, which was brilliant and really entertaining, great for everyone to watch and great for the boys to play in. And then we saw Norwich where, you know, they had a better possession. We kept, every time we won the ball, we kept giving it away just so we could go and win it back again, you know, but that takes up an awful lot of energy. So we made it more difficult than we possibly needed to, but, you know, the togetherness was brilliant. And
also the chances created were better chances. They were more likely to be the team that scored than Norwich were.
Yeah, I mean, saying that, you know, Norwich missed a penalty and they hit the bar, so there was, you know, my sort of pre-match talk was about two very attractive attacking teams. As it panned out, the game wasn't like that at all. So I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, clearly, because it was quite a cagey affair, really, with very few chances for either side. A couple of gilt-edged chances. One, obviously, their penalty, like I say, and the chance where they hit the bar.
It was a soft penalty, though.
It was a very soft penalty, if I'm honest. I'm still not happy with that. But I spoke to Dan about it, and I can see why it was given. And Dan got himself in a situation for the referee to be able to give it. I still think it was very soft, but, you know, like I say, if it had happened the other end, I would have appealed for it. So I've got no massive problems with it. Not overly happy, but that's the game of football that we all love so much. So
Norwich were top of the league as the game kicked off. Fulham in the bottom three. Is that indicative of the fine margins between teams in this league? The fact that you can get 3 points off a team like that who had been playing very well and getting results?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not. I'm not a big fan of saying we're in a false position because, you know, we are where we are because of our results. But, you know, I'm also pretty confident we'll soon start working our way up the table. I've got no doubt in my mind about that. But that is the Championship as a whole. It is literally anyone can beat anyone on any given day. And, you know, the teams that finish at the top have had to really work for it by the end of the season, and they've had to grind out games like we did against Norwich. You know, you need to be able to do that because you won't play fantastic, attractive football, creating loads of chances for 46 games. It's nigh on impossible. You know, I know from my own experiences when I went up winning the league with Fulham, you know, we played some brilliant football, but we also had to be resolute at times and really dig in and grind out a few results.
And now, of course, this is where players really do earn their bread and butter because you've got a quick succession of games, another one tomorrow night, followed by another one on Friday night. Is this when you have to utilise your squad to make sure that the players still remain fresh and that you've got a good enough team every single game to try and get those results?
Well, it is. It's very much, again, to win the Championship, it's a squad affair. Now, I'm not one for making sweeping changes and won't do unless I need to, but when you need to make changes, that's what the squad's all about. And, you know, we've got a very big squad, and we've got some very good players sort of waiting in the wings, chomping at the bit, whatever you want to say. Certainly for Tuesday, I mean, there will be changes due to injury, due to illness and due to fatigue. So
you said they were completely spent at 90 minutes.
Well, we were, like I say, and some of it was our own fault because we kept giving the ball away. But, you know, regardless, the effort people put in was phenomenal. I mean, Scotty Parker had gone with like about 10 minutes to go, and he was signalling to take him off. So I'm getting Emerson ready, and he's ready to get on. But Scotty wouldn't come off. He sort of got a little bit of a second wind, and, you know, just kicked in, which was a real sort of captain's performance. And he just I spoke to him afterwards. He just said I needed to be on there. I felt I needed to be on there to talk and organise, even though I couldn't move.
He really is leading
Brilliant.
by example right now.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what I wanted. When I first took over, he had an awful lot of weight on his shoulders and felt like he was having to do everything, and I could see that. But I spoke to him, and, you know, I wanted him to just play his game because he's a top player and lead by example, exactly as you said, which is what he's been phenomenal. You know, and that's what he's been doing, and that's the best way of inspiring and driving on his team. Now, he talks and organises as well, but by doing his job as well as he has been, that's the best way of leadership.
You picked Sean Kavanagh, obviously for tactical reasons, but he comes in and, as you called it, with his wand of a left foot, scored that great goal that got you the 3 points. Well done, Sean.
Brilliant. So no, it was like rolling back the years from the sort of youth team academy. Les Christensen playing the ball in for Sean Kavanagh. And I wouldn't have wanted that ball to fall to anyone else's left foot. He's got a fantastic strike in him, and he's obviously a player I know very, very well. It's a slightly different role for him. He's generally a left back by trade, but he's got really good quality on the ball, which he didn't actually overall show anything like as well as he can. I've spoke to him today and sort of said that, but he had a solid game for us without doubt, and scored a fantastic goal, which was the winning one, which I was delighted for him, delighted for the team and for the fans.
And you know these players better than anyone else does, these young guys coming through. They've got so much to prove and so much hunger and desire to actually go out there and prove it.
They do, and and they've got the quality to go with that. So that's a good combination. We've got that hunger, desire, and that genuine quality. Put it together, it's a recipe for success. And then with the good senior pros we've got around them, bringing them in and out at the right time, and excuse me, but then explaining to them why they're being sort of rested for this game and then brought in again. And I think it's just managing the individuals and then managing the group. Being consistent and being honest and being fair to people.
Presumably still without Fernando for tomorrow night's game, and also Tim Hoogland, who is still suffering from that very bad head cold that he had. You've talked about making those changes, but what are you expecting from Rotherham tomorrow night? Oh,
we know they're a very, very organised, very hard-working team, and they'll come out of the blocks. They'll be flying right from the start of the game. So we know what to expect. We're under no illusions. It'll be, Rotherham on a Tuesday night is a tough place to go. So, but again, like I say, I've been through this championship as a player, and I've been promoted with Palace. So I know what it's all about. I know what it's like. We won't be caught by surprise any way, shape or form. We've had to make changes. Some of it, a couple of them will be tactical changes anyway. But like I say, the issue's been forced due to the injuries, the illness, and general fatigue as well. And obviously a game coming on a Friday night straight after. So we've had to balance things up and do what I think are the right things to do. And but I'm putting out a team that's more than capable of going to get a result up at Rotherham for sure.
We wish you luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Cheers.